Hello, ever young family. Yes, today we're going to continue with our reading here. This is chapter 5. Chapter 5b. Chapter 5b. Here it comes with a question. He said, why did Jacob not just accept Leah and forget about Rachel? Question number 1. Question number 2 said, we are all equal in every respect. So does it matter who you marry? 3. Was it the case that Leah had no one to love her, so she just accepted Jacob? Consequences. We all make our choices the best way we deem fit or think possible. We all choose the man or woman to marry or settle with, or in some cases, we accept the choice that is being made for us by another. Joseph bore the responsibility of making Rachel his wife at all costs. Otherwise, he could just have told her that, please, I am sorry. Blame your father for what has happened. He did not tell me everything. If he did, I wouldn't end up with Leah in bed. Instead of you. Why did you convince with your father to do this to me? If you did not love me, why not just tell me? Why be a laborer for all these years and I be given what was not my choice? I think you do not love me anymore. Then they will go on and on and on. Eventually, the man might treat Leah with contempt because she was not his choice, but she was forced on him instead of the above. Jacob rather focused on what was ahead, perhaps because it was not really a big deal for him, but he understood the fact that insistence of a priceless choice comes at a cost. Wow. Don't forget, he says, insistence of a priceless choice comes at a cost. Who is to blame? Laban had to be a father to his daughters and at the same time an uncle and in-law to Jacob. He had to keep customs and traditions so that he could earn respect and uphold the family's name and dignity. Jacob, on the other hand, was a man in love and would say or do anything to prove that he was in love. So what happened was a result of a man who had the interests of his two daughters at heart, and the man who was a nephew who wanted to marry his uncle's daughter. Love alone was not enough for Jacob. He had to ask and seek clarification. Laban wanted to marry off his daughter did not mean customs must be forsaken. Laban had to play his role well, and Jacob had to play his role too. Each had to respect the role the other played. Otherwise, the heart and patience to work for 7 more years might not be there for Jacob if he had spoken anyhow to Laban because he felt cheated. The whole marriage arrangement would have ended without a marriage to a loved one. Wow. When Robert, a 14-year-old lad, fell in love with his 14-year-old neighbor, he sold off everything he had and even took off a job to earn enough money to buy his sweetheart the expensive watch she wanted. His parents were dismayed, but decided it was best to say nothing. The day of the purchases arrived, and Robert returned from his shopping expedition without spending his money. This is the explanation he gave. I took her to the jewelry and She said she didn't want the watch. After all, she faced other things more, like a bracelet, necklace, and a gold ring. While she was moving around the shop, making up her mind, I remembered what our teacher once told us, that before getting something, we must ask ourselves what we wanted it for. That's when I realized that I did not really want her after all, so I walked out of the shop and came away. Clue: the person you have chosen to marry, why really do you want that particular person and no other as a partner? That is the question. Oh, my lovely people, we have come to the end of chapter 5 today. This is so interesting, and I hope you learned something from this chapter 5. So tomorrow we're going to start with chapter 6. Yes, we'll keep reading until we finish the book. Don't forget, you are going to get all on my page, okay? If you have missed one, don't miss the other. And if you miss any of them, go back to my page. You're going to see it from chapter 1. And I promise you, I'm going to post this book from chapter 1 till the end, so that for those of you who don't like watching, you may also just on the video at home, put it on and be listening to it. You understand? Yeah, there are some people who doesn't have time. Maybe you are cooking, a woman in the kitchen, you can just put on the video, keep your phone one side, and you'll be listening to whatever that is coming out from it. So it helps us, because so many of us may not have time to sit down and be reading books. A lot of us can do that. So that is why I'm making it this way, so that it will be easy for us, because this is an interesting book that will help us all in all areas of our life. Yes, if you read it and understand this book very well, you will see that it's really going to help you. If you're already married, it's going to help you. If you're about to get married, it will. Even if you're not ready, it will also help you prepare physically, emotionally, mentally, and otherwise. So I still remain your girl, Ever Young. Don't forget, if you come across this video, drop your comment. One love. Bye.